There are two main reasons why gamers buy a PS5. The first point to mention is the exclusives. While mobile phones can now play AAA games, it is the exclusives that make the PS5 a must-have console. I won't go into too much detail about the technicalities of it, but I will highlight the main and easy reasons why many gamers are purchasing the PS5 and why the PS5 is the leading platform in this era. Game exclusives are games that are not accessible on other platforms. Therefore, if you own a PS5, you will be able to play them. There are several studios under SIE, or Sony Interactive Entertainment, that develop amazing games, such as Santa Monica Studios' God of War franchise, Naughty Dog's The Last of Us franchise, Insomniac Games' Spider-Man franchise, and Guerrilla Games' Horizon. There are so many amazing games that I didn't mention, but we will discuss it next video. Let's just focus first on PS5. These kinds of games are exclusives, which means they can only be played on the PS5 and are not accessible on other platforms. They may release to other platforms after many years because there is an impending sequel, and they can capitalize on the first game for marketing and audience attraction. Horizon Zero Dawn recently released on PC, as did Death Stranding and God of War. But these are, for now, exceptions to the rule. They also don't release simultaneously on console and PC. So if you want to play Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Horizon Forbidden West, Demon's Souls, Remake, or Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, you'll need a PlayStation 5. Is Sony okay with this? Of course, because once they caught your attention to these games, you need a PS5 to play the sequel, or else you'll have to wait for many years. But there are some games that aren't being released to PC or other platforms because they're considered a console's precious gem. The second thing is the majority of the released PS5 titles are optimized for the console, particularly those exclusive games from PS Studios. There have been previous concerns, such as Cyberpunk 2077 not operating well on PS4. The reason for this is that Cyberpunk 2077 is a next-gen game, and the PS4 can no longer carry it. Additionally, Cyberpunk 2077 wasn't as optimized as other games when it was released, thus it's also the game's fault. So, returning to the matter at hand, PS5 games have been optimized and may be played in this next-generation console in a stable and smooth manner. So, before you buy a PS5, look into those exclusive titles, since I'm confident those are the games you'll play first once you own this next-generation device. Another thing about PS5 users is that they came from the old console but transitioned because the console has this backward compatibility feature where PS4 games are still playable in the console. So don't worry if you have a bunch of PS4 discs on your shelves, because you can still play them, and take note that some of the games have this free PS5 edition upgrade. Backward compatibility is one of the most appealing reasons why people purchase the PS5. The internal SSD of the PS5 has a limit to 825 GB, and after formatting, upgrades, and pre-installed software, users normally have around 670 GB of usable storage space for games. Any SSD utilizing PCIe 4.0 or PCIe 5.0 with a minimum speed of 5,500 megabits per second via the NVMe interface is compatible with the PS5, provided it contains a heatsink that does not exceed the overall height limit of 11.25 mm. These are the finest SSDs for your PS5. Kingston KC3000 is the best cheap SSD for PS5. Sabrent Rocket, 4 Plus, or Seagate FireCuda 530 are the best high-capacity SSDs for PS5. Samsung 990 Pro is the fastest SSD for PS5. Finally, the best PS5 SSD is the WD Black SN 850X. Take note that most games these days use around 100 GB, so if you're a digital person, you might want to consider this expandable storage when purchasing a PS5. More capacity, less worry. The DualSense controller is one of Sony's best, improving the gaming experience with astonishing capabilities that were missing in prior generations. Despite the recent release of the DualSense Edge, the original edition remains a superb controller, maintaining its position as one of Sony's best offerings. The haptic feedback reverberates throughout the controller, and the adaptable triggers are used imaginatively in distinctly pleasurable ways. Aside from its immersive features, the DualSense emits a design that is based on ease. It outperforms its predecessor, the DualShock 4, in terms of comfort, with extra features such as a built-in microphone, a sturdy D-pad, and the lack of a glare-emitting light that used to disrupt gameplay. Although the touchpad and headphone jack are mostly identical from the previous version, the micro USB charging cord has been replaced with the more modern USB-C port, as expected. At the forefront of the gaming revolution, the PlayStation 5 stands out as a paragon of innovation, driven by its cutting-edge hardware. The inclusion of a high-speed SSD and ray tracing capabilities not only transforms load times, but also elevates the visual fidelity of gaming experiences. The revolutionary DualSense controller, with its haptic feedback and adaptive triggers, introduces an unprecedented level of immersion, creating a more sensory and responsive connection between the player and the game. Exclusive titles, marked by a commitment to compelling storytelling and quality, serve as a testament to the console's capabilities, offering players unique and captivating experiences. The console's commitment to backward compatibility ensures a seamless transition for existing PlayStation users, providing access to an extensive gaming library. Moreover, the PS5's digital ecosystem, highlighted by services like PlayStation Plus, further enriches the gaming experience, creating a comprehensive and interconnected gaming environment. In essence, Sony's PS5 not only establishes new technological benchmarks, but also reshapes the gaming landscape, prioritizing innovation, exclusivity, and player engagement. For those seeking a gaming platform that seamlessly blends technological prowess with immersive experiences, the PS5 stands as the definitive solution, continually pushing boundaries in the ever-evolving realm of next-generation gaming. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe Daily Quests XP for more gaming videos.